empty kettle. He should be on his mettle. And yet I'm torn apart.
Very few of us here are actually mentally ill. I'm not saying you're not mentally ill. For all I know, you're crazy as a loon.
Sometimes I suspect I'm not who I think I am. Like maybe I died a long time ago and somebody took my brain and stuck it in this body.
You're implying that a group composed entirely of female animals will breed?
This isn't part of my program. I'm a doctor, not a doorstop.
Do you have an impact drill?
Yeah, over on the rack.
Thank you.
Oh, it's a stretch. Hello and welcome to the Untitled Sci-Fi Show.
Hello.
How's it going?
Yeah, not too bad, dude. How are you doing?
I'm pretty good. Look, firstly, I want to say a big thank you to Ross from Who Takes Socks Off for his little cameo at the end of the last episode. If anybody...
I've still not got there. I'm about 15 minutes off the end at the moment.
Okay, well, I always say it in our group chat, but let me get this out. Any podcast that I edit, Sailor, the last thing is that Star Trek beep. If you haven't heard that yet, it's not the end. So always say, even after the outro and then the Studio Channel 84 noise, if you don't hear that, I think which is like the com ending noise or something from Star Trek.
Yeah, the closing of com, I think.
It's not the end. You know, I think I've even done one of my naughty ones where there's almost like 5 minutes of silence. I've done something. I'm sure I've done something like that on one of my...
But the funny thing is that was not intentional.
No, it probably would have been. I'm sure there is one where I've got a massive amount of silence, then something, and then it might be the one where I did the singing, we did the Barbie singing one.
Oh, yes.
That might be where I did something on that and had a long silence and then did loads of outtakes. Might be that. I can't remember.
No,
anyway,
enough.
So that's number one. Number two, I've got your birthday present at fucking last.
Hurrah! He didn't get sniped on eBay.
No. So putting this in the intro. Let me just grab it.
Ooh.
So 2 items.
It's an M&S bag.
I went to Marks and Spencer's.
This is not just food, it's a birthday present.
So I'll explain it as you're opening it. So one's a book.
Ooh, okay. Doctor Who Wears the Doctor. I grew up, and actually I spent a lot of time at secondary school because we had them all in our library at secondary school doing the Where's Wallies.
I loved them, yeah.
I loved Where... Oh, look, there's the letter pose.
Yeah, so it's Where's Wally, but it's Matt Smith's Doctor Who.
Oh, I like that. Oh, there's Karen. Still looking hot as a cartoon. Nice. Yeah, okay. I love that. Absolutely love that. And now there's a box.
So I hope I've got the right one, or at least something that you like, and I'll explain it once you open it.
I'm sure you have. Oh, now that is a supersized erection going on.
It's got the original stickers on it too, which I quite enjoyed.
Oh, mate.
Is it the right one?
Right, okay.
That's what I'm keen to say, because we talked about this. So I'm not going to say what it is yet. And I couldn't remember which one of the 3 you said you liked the best, so I just went for that one.
I loved all 3 of these. I'm not including the 4th one because it's just.
I didn't mention the 4th.
Exactly. This, oh my god, this is just number 1. It's just absolutely glorious. And okay, I could drag this on and make them not know what it is, but actually, I will do. The EB pricing on it,
the
electronics booting,
yeah.
The original Scribble EB, low price guarantee, PC Gamer, 96% the best game ever.
Mm-hmm.
Those labels alone just immediately take me back to the days of looking at computer games going, oh, this is so cool.
Yeah.
And oh, this is absolutely fucking amazing. This is Quake 2 in a big box.
In a big box, yeah.
I don't even care about the game disc. It's
all
in a big box. The big box is all I care about. Because you know what?
Sure
it's got a manual.
It's got also the other document that always comes with it.
Oh, yes, the product registration, because of course
no
we all did that. Let's tuck that back in the box like every other person under the sun, except for the one called Barry who sends them all in. This is the sort of thing we would have sat I wouldn't have had you around Quake 2. I didn't have a PC at Quake 2. I played this far later, but this is the era that manuals came with games, and you would have sat on the bus and poured through it until you got home and play. So just having, hey, look, the story. Yo, soldier 3585, the medtech's voice startles you. You in or out? There's an entire story to that. Oh my God, how long is the story? Installation. Oh, look at that. Double click on setup.exe at the root level of the CD. For updates to Quake 2, please refer to www.idsoftware.com.
Do you reckon they're still there?
There is just no automated updates. You could have put this in your computer and just played it straight away.
Yeah, they used to just work out the box 9 times out of 10, didn't they?
9 times out of 10. Black and white.
Oh, black and white didn't.
You had to download a patch to get to the final level of that.
Yeah.
Theme Hospital had the same issue. A large number of people that had Theme Hospital could not play the final level. It would always crash out.
Well, as we found out from your theme park game, it has that extra printout in it.
Oh, God, yes, it did, didn't it?
For people who had Windows 96 or whatever it was complaining about.
Oh, this is just absolutely glorious. This is, as I say, the big box era. I'm so sad that the big box era is gone. I mean, I would even now, if they said Xbox, oh yeah, by the way, you're not going to get in a DVD case, you're going to get in a big box from now, I'd be happy.
Yeah.
I would it's luxurious. I know it's a huge waste and we didn't need it, but oh wow. I'm just looking at the bad guys here. This was just such a good game as well. I only recently completed it on the Xbox Game Pass.
Oh, really?
I powered my way through Quake 1, which I also had never completed. I'd never had a chance to. Then I completed Quake 2, and then I, as normal, ended up playing hours and hours of Quake 3 and Unreal Tournament.
We should install it on your old PC.
So I've got 2 old PCs. So the Pentium... hang on a moment.
The laptop one down there.
I've got 2 laptops. I've got a old Pentium 2 MMX, which I've upgraded as much as I can, and I've stuck an SD card in it as a hard drive. Let me have a look here. 95. So yeah, that's running 98 second edition, the best. Oh yeah, Pentium 90 megahertz. That's interesting. Okay, yeah, so I can spunk all over that. The issue is, of course, it's not got a graphic card, so it would have to be in software mode. Yeah. Which is, again, it'd be fine. It'd be it's got a lovely screen on there. But I have got the newer laptop there running Windows 2000, and that has got a graphics card. It's got an ATI Rage in it, so I'd be able to do things like GL Quake. So we will have to have a play, but that is just just looking at it, just even remembering sitting in a shop and reading all the back of the boxes, looking at the minimum specs and not really knowing what they are. Just going, I wonder if I could run that when I had a PC, that is. A quad speed CD drive required that has 600 kilobytes a second sustained transfer rate. Hard disk space, 250 megabytes uncompressed required. You imagine that on an Xbox game now. You need 250 gigs free.
Did they used to just use the disk after that for authentication? So they install it on your computer and then they authenticate from the disk?
Not all. Some installed directly to the PC and you didn't need the disk. Some installed to the PC, but you needed the disk for authentication. And some installed to the PC, but you also needed the disk because the disk would have things like the cutscenes, which would run smoother off the disk weirdly than off the hard drive in the early days. So yeah, some of it was authentication, some of it was because some of the game was on the disk to make you need the disk. But yeah, a lot of that's down to piracy.
I remember because you also used to have the code inside them, or where was it? I'm sure I brought. So yeah,
Half-Life and Half-Life. I don't know about Half-Life 2, but Half-Life you'd have the CD dual case, and inside it you'd have a little white oblong, and it would be a 24-digit sort of license key number that you'd have to type in. And obviously that's where Steam kind of appeared. You install Half-Life and then it'd be, what's your CD key? And you'd type it in and it would go off to the server and authenticate
I remember buying a game from Game Station once, or maybe it was Electronic Boutique actually, and it didn't have the code inside. I had to go take it back and ask for it, and it took a lot to get them to believe me that it didn't come with a code. Someone who clearly had gone in the box, because they were the boxes that were on the shelf were the ones they would give you and then put the disc in. So clearly someone had just gone and took the box off, opened it up to the code and fucked off.
Yeah. Oh, well, here you go. Look, this is minimum install additional requirements. If you want to play from CD-ROM, you only need 25 megabytes of hard drive space.
That's not much, is it?
So a lot of the game must have been streamed from the disc.
I've taken photos bigger than that.
Normal install additional requirements, play from hard disk, 250. Maximum install additional requirements, play from hard disk, 400 megs of uncompressed.
Again, probably taking photos bigger than that too.
It was copying all of the music, videos, FMV onto the hard drive then. So if you had the space, it was wonderful. But honestly, mate, this is just beyond wonderful. I like this. This product is intended for sale outside North America only and will not function on North American operating systems.
Yeah, Will, shut up.
Say what?
I'd love to know
Fuck
how
off.
they did that.
That's bullshit. That is 100% bullshit.
I can't breathe in this thing.
Oh, I'm going to have to little cuts as I kind of stretch over that record button and back again. I don't know why it's so far away from me today. So, guess the intro.
Guess the intro.
Right, so I did balled it up. I told everyone it was an 80s one. Valentino corrected me. It was 90s.
It was 90s,
I got
yes.
confused. I thought I was doing two 80s, but actually I'm doing two 90s. So the one you would have heard at the beginning of this is also a 90s one.
Are you sure?
I am sure. I have it written down. I have it written here. So we had a winner.
We have a wiener.
We had a wiener. A very lovely chap who's recently got in contact with us. His name is James.
Hi, James.
Hi, James. So he got every single one correct. Absolutely brilliant. First times he's tried. I think it was the first show of the Untitled Shitshow. Untitled Shitshow?
Yeah, hang on a moment.
Untitled Sci-fi show. That he's listened to, and he got it right straight away. He can be found on Blue Sky at jimbo8e6.bluesky.social.
Yes.
Yeah, go follow him, go say hello. He loves ZX Spectrum stuff. Got chatting with us, didn't he, about
Which is
cover
why-
art and things.
Obviously a big fan for me then, because the ZX Spectrum is what I grew up with.
Yeah.
And that's my favourite all-time machine, which is why I play it all the time still.
So yeah, if anybody's into ZX Spectrum and particularly the art, go follow him on Blue Sky. Have a chat with him. He's a lovely, lovely fellow.
Absolutely.
Right. So let's get on with it, mister. Let me get the file open on my phone here. You ready?
I'm ready.
Why did you judge me?
You killed innocent people.
The means to an end.
You started a massacre.
I caused the revolution.
You betrayed the law.
Law!
I love that.
I am the law.
Yeah. Go on then. Obviously, it's easy.
It's such an easy one. Judge Dredd.
Judge
As
Dredd.
James put, the Stallone one.
Stallone
Just in
one,
case you hadn't
In
got
case
it.
you didn't guess. Right, next one.
Although saying that the
Hold
modern
on.
Judge Dredd is fucking brilliant, and they are finally talking about a sequel to it.
So I did actually watch something on YouTube about that. He said, what's the guy's name again? Who played him in the new one?
Oh, Keith Urban.
Yeah. He said to them he doesn't want to take the helmet off. And he basically stayed in character all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, he did loads of stuff. He was like, part of why that film is as good as it is all basically all thanks to him. Essentially.
Not Keith, Carl Urban.
Carl Urban, yeah.
Is it Carl?
Something like that. We all know who
Urban.
it means.
He
Yeah.
played Dr. McCoy in the modern Star
and
Trek.
he's in The Boys.
He's brilliant. He
Yeah.
is such a good actor. Whatever he gets himself into, he's just really good at. And
Yeah.
for Dredd, he was fucking awesome.
He was great.
And it definitely deserves a sequel, as long as they let him do what they did in the first one.
Yeah.
Pilot, you armed? Armed and ready, sir. I'm packing.
Independence Day.
Independence Day. What bit?
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
It's
The
final
world
fight
just
scene.
crashed then.
Yeah, it's the final fight scene.
The final fight scene. Yeah,
It's yeah.
just before he flies his jet into the spaceship.
So, did you know there's an alternate ending?
Does he get bummed by the aliens?
Yeah, he gets caught and probed, and they
'cause
say,
that's his problem, isn't it?
That's all we wanted to do. He keeps running away from us. We'll leave your world alone now. That's why we were drilling. We're trying to show him what we wanted to do.
Just massive euphemism.
No, so if you read the book, which I have done, I know I don't read much, but I have, the ending of the book, and they did film this version, and it didn't test very well.
Okay.
The ending of the book is they won't let him get in a jet.
Oh, why?
Well, because he's a fucking drunk. But he still saves the day. Because in the end of the book, he gets the crop biplane, the one that he does the crop dusting with, and he straps a warhead to that and flies that into the middle of the aircraft.
That's quite cool, though, to be fair. Yeah, that's a bit more on character as well, isn't it?
Exactly. That's actually more on character with him than him basically, yeah, I'm a drunk. I flew really old jet aircraft back in like the...
It'd be Nam.
Yeah, Nam. I'm sure I can get into a modern technical jet and still fly it, though.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure it's just the same.
Let's just stick you in a crop duster with a missile strapped to the wing and two. And that's how it ended. And they did film that. I don't know if it's actually available anywhere. I don't know if it was on an extra on the DVD, but yeah.
It'll be somewhere.
More than likely.
Well, I'll be damned. It's the Gentleman Guppy.
Little short one there.
It's the Gentleman Guppy. It's Waterworld. Don't know why I've gone like this.
I don't know because he doesn't do that voice either.
No, he doesn't.
I quite like Waterworld.
I like Waterworld. Kevin Costner in it's pretty good. Let me put it like this. Kevin Costner's entire acting of Waterworld, whether you like it or not, is still that single film on its own in its entirety is better than watching Kevin Costner telling Superman, no, don't use your super speed and come and save me, before he gets whisked off into the tornado in whichever Superman film that is, one of the Zack Snyder ones. His dad gets sucked off into a tornado, and rather than letting Superman come and save him, he's just like, no, you stay there. You stay there, son.
Yeah. Oh, well, fuck knows.
It's terrible. It's an awful scene.
Pop it, demon!
Fifth Element.
If it's still going.
Unbelievable!
A little glimpse into the next one there.
We know that one as well.
Yeah. So Fifth Element, yeah, what a wonderful film Fifth Element is.
It is. It's a real classic. It's there's the meme, isn't it? If you don't know what these four stones are from, blah blah blah, and it's always the bloody pillars of the stone showing earth, wind, fire, and whatever else it is. It's just a really good film. I haven't watched it in years though. Had it on VHS, bought it from HMV when they used to do the buy 5 VHS for £20 sort of offer, just as DVD was kind of kicking off.
Yeah.
But yeah, I must watch that again.
Well, maybe it'll turn up one day on here.
Ooh, true.
I am the Martian ambassador. We come in peace.
So he actually says we come in peace like 3 times, I think, which is the more iconic way of doing it, but I needed time. It has to be less than 60 seconds for it to work on Blue Sky. So.
Yeah, well, that's fair enough. Well, that was Mars Attacks.
Yeah.
Again, we have spoken about it before. I have the Italian copy on Blu-ray.
I think when we get around to that, we'll just have to sit together and watch your version. It's like I've got the Polish...
You've got the Polish John Wick.
John Wick. It's like, why is everything subtitled? I don't think the English bit's subtitled.
Hang on a moment, I don't remember John Wick being a subtitled film.
Yeah, because it doesn't subtitle.
Is he on a foreign mission?
Because it doesn't subtitle when the other guys are talking. Because I was just like, this is so confusing to me.
Twat. Now, when I first heard this, I thought, there's no way he's pulled out a Galaxy Quest clip again.
No.
And then you hear Will Smith speak, and it's like, oh, well, it's Men in Black.
Men in Black, yeah. One of my favourite scenes from the film, I've got to say, because it's so... Well, everyone's been in a situation like that, where they've got to do something in a quiet environment. They know it's going to make a lot of noise. Yeah.
Well, it goes, there's a lyric from, oh God, what's it called? There's a Bare Naked Ladies song. I'm going to have to look up the name, otherwise it's going to bug me. Hang on. Oh, come on. Of course it's in my library. Bare Naked Ladies. No. 1 week. There we go.
Right, 1 week.
And there's a lyric in it where he says, it's going on about if you can't understand what I mean, well, you soon will. And the lyric before that is trying not to laugh at a funeral.
Try not to laugh at a funeral, darn it. Can't understand, but something
you can't
you
understand,
soon will.
well, you soon will.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I know exactly that feeling.
Yeah, I'm the kind of guy. Yeah, I'm the kind of guy that laughs at a funeral.
Can't
Yeah.
understand what I mean, well, you soon will.
Yeah.
And yeah, since hearing that, I now sit there in a funeral. It's quite. It's like, oh shit! Here come the giggles.
Yeah. So that's it. Well done, everybody. James, particularly wonderful work, and send your answers in for the one you heard at the start of this show.
I could make you do some work now, couldn't I?
I mean,
I'm just making you beep out all these names now in editing.
oh fuck!
There's only one man who would dare give me the raspberry. Lone Star.
Gary, who the fuck is Gary?
Oh, what a song! I listened to that the other day. Alice, who the fuck is Alice?
Right, what have you been up to? You been watching anything?
You know what? I have finally. I've been really busy at work, and there's been a few family things and helping out my brother, so there's not been much time to do much. Not even jump back on Helldivers, which I'm disappointed about. And Super Earth has nearly fallen, by the way.
Oh, has it?
It's around 1 city left out of 8.
Oh, we're gonna have to play it.
So I don't know what they'll do if Super Earth falls. Do you think they'll just say, well, Helldivers 2 is finished, game over?
I don't know. I think,
and they'll respark the universe and.
No, so we have you probably haven't seen it. We have a space station. Which is like an operating base that that we can vote on where it moves to. So I think that'll become the hub, and it'll be like we need to retake Super Earth, and then it will be like taking planets on our way back to Super Earth.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, so that's a plausible answer. So I might have a go on that when we finish recording. So I haven't done much gaming. However, I have started watching Murderbot.
Okay.
Which is fucking brilliant. It's on Apple TV.
I've seen the advert.
It's one of the I can't pronounce their surname.
One of the brothers.
It's one of the brothers because it's the same one that was in Boy Kills World.
Yeah, and it.
Yeah, so it's
God, what are they called? That's going to warm me up.
Skarsgård.
Well done.
It's just wonderfully weird.
Yeah.
And funny and dark.
Are there 3 of them, the brothers?
I think so, yeah. But yeah, so Murderbot is it's delightfully clever. It's meant to be based on a book. So there's been a lot of people ranting and raving as normal that it's not the same as the book. Why have you given him a shiny helmet that disappears when in the book it's just a helmet he can take off?
Because it has to be adapted for television.
Because they don't want the actor walking around carrying around wearing a helmet and holding a helmet in scenes when he's concentrating on every fucking thing else under the sun.
Because in a book, you forget about it.
Yeah.
When you're watching it, you're looking at it.
Exactly. You want something to look good, so it's fine. And the whole premise, I love it to bits. The idea is that you've got these cyborg sort of robot things that are made of human tissue mixed with, well, cyborgs, Robocop sort of things. They all have a governor unit which prevents them from breaking the rules. And this one is just so sick of life, he's been hacking his and eventually manages to bypass it.
Oh, okay.
And he's like, well, what shall I call myself? I could be Freedom Unit. No. Murder Bot? Yes. And then he saves his name as Murderbot, and that's
Fair
it.
enough.
And then he's just half-arsing life. He's out on this mission with these people, and the very first episode, it's within the first 5 minutes, so it's not ruining the series. The first 5 minutes of the episode, he's there with the people he's meant to be protecting on this new planet, and he's like, shit, I should have detected that earlier. However, I was watching basically satellite TV because I couldn't give a shit about these people.
Oh, right. because he's just bypassed all of his kind of.
But the point is there's a lot going on in it, and what I like is it's a bit like Resident Alien.
Yep.
So they've thrown humour in there, and you think straight up, oh, it's going to be funny. But then you suddenly realise, actually, there's quite a lot of depth, and there's actually mystery involved in this now as well. So actually, this could be rather interesting. So there's about 4 or 5 different spokes of the story that are kind of expanding off at the moment. And it could just all end in comedy, or it could end in tragedy, or it could end in a whole mix. So I'm really enjoying it. I think I'm on episode 3 now, and I'm looking forward to putting it on.
Yeah.
Whereas Doctor Who, I've still not gone and bothered to watch episode 2.
We don't watch any more of it.
I've just had no wish to.
Yeah.
So it kind of speaks volumes.
Yep.
Gee, beasties, what's happened to his head?
It's on backwards.
This is terrible. Do something. I'm sorry, sir. There must have been a microconverter malfunction.
Got any of this stuff. If anyone caught that, he said sex when I went to press the record button. Because you can see him having to completely move out the way of the
I
microphone.
know, it's great.
I don't know why. I don't know what position I've got myself in. Maybe they've just put that too far away. Who knows?
A compromising position.
Compromising. Ooh, what have I been doing? More Mobland. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned it already.
Yeah, that's the Tom Hardy
I'm
stuff.
loving this, yeah. So I've got like 10 minutes left of episode 9.
As there's only one series, isn't there, at the moment?
Yeah, it's the first season of
Yeah,
it. I
fine.
really recommend you watch it if you like kind of gangstery shows. I think it's one of the best ones I've seen, really. So that's great. As I said, 10 minutes left of episode 9. Haven't watched The Last of Us, which is really frustrating. For whatever reason, Miranda hasn't wanted to watch it, even though she loves it. Other things have been going on. So we're 2 episodes behind. So basically, I think the penultimate and the ultimate episode are the 2 we haven't watched. So I'm like really avoiding a lot of social media at the moment to not have spoilers.
There's so much social media going on, and it's nothing about the episodes. It's all being very harsh to the girl that's playing the main girl
I
character.
don't get it. I very briefly saw a thing having the other character, the other girl character, I don't know their names, front and center with her slightly behind. And I think the caption was like, "Don't you want to have your main character front and center?" I was like, well, probably, but that might just be a shot in the show where she's not the main character. I'm sorry, and I just don't get why people hate her. Look,
so
she does not look like her. So fucking what?
And I'm sorry, but if you're saying she doesn't look as good looking as the one from the game, you've got problems if you're eyeing up a 16-year-old computer game character.
I know, right? It's a bit gross anyway. But she's a great actor. You meant to say actor, aren't we? Actress, actor, whatever.
I don't know what the term is generically now for it. I think it is
I'm
actor.
just going to say actor. I think she is a great actor.
Which is interesting because a lot of the reviews I've seen, and there's a couple of reviews I'm again not putting all my trust into, because we know our position on reviewers. We know that we don't trust them because it's one person's opinion. But what I'm constantly seeing is people saying she's a wooden actor and she can be great at acting at points, but there's some points where she either massively overacts or she massively underacts like a plank of wood. So I don't really know what to make. Without watching it for myself, I don't know. But of course, these reviews always come with cherry-picked clips, and those clips are always fairly, I kind of see what you mean about being mediocre, which isn't fair because actually, like you say, she could be a really good actress, and actually you're choosing the bits that... what's her name? Hilary Swank is a brilliant actress. But if I showed you just the one clip from the core, you'd go, really? She's a main character?
Yeah.
It's difficult, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard rumour that season 3 she's not going to be in it.
They're doing a season 3? I had no idea.
Rumour has it that season 3 is coming and they're going to be focusing on a completely different character in it.
Well, they'd have to, because there's only 2 games. I haven't finished the second game, so I actually don't know what happens. I knew all of the first one and they followed it very closely. And this one, they have actually made quite a big change from the bit of the game that I got up to I've overtaken it in the show, so I need to catch up with the game now to see. But the point that I was from at the end of episode 2 for the people who watch it, that is different than the game.
Interesting.
A very large thing is different about somebody leaving the village. Doesn't happen in the show.
Yeah.
It does happen in the game.
Oh, okay.
So and it's quite an important character. So I'm interested to see how that goes, because I'm at that point in the show now where it has said that person's there, but I want to know what happens in the games version of it. So they have, I feel like they've made more changes in this one than that. But as we just said in the last segment, adaptions.
You have to adapt it to make it work on screen.
Need to work differently on screen. I think,
especially if they're planning on a third season and the game's already said we're not going to do a third. Don't worry, it's nothing to do with us. So you now need to take the story in the direction you think.
The only things I ever get fed up with in these things is if a character dies in a book or in a game, I think they should die in the show. I think aspects like that, pillars of the actual story, should stay. How you get to that, I think, probably does need to be changed from book to TV. I think it does need to be changed because it just won't work. You can go on like massive 3-chapter kind of elaborations and stuff in a book. Well, you can't do that in a show because the show is 47.5 minutes or whatever they do for shows now, So you've got to make it fit. Like, I know that Pierce Brown, who's one of my favourite authors, Karen knows, who does the Red Rising books that we both adore, he's supposedly working on adapting it for TV. Now, this is such a... He calls it a space opera, is what he calls it. It's so huge and sprawling. It's like Game of Thrones level massive. It would need like 10 seasons to fill every single piece of information. And I will be that guy if it ever does come out going, that's not in the book, that's not in the book, that's not in the book. But because he is actually heading it, I'm sure it'd be great.
Well, that's the difference, isn't it? If the person who created it is actually doing the series, you would hope that they would want their protege, their child, their creation to carry on in the same ilk that they created it to.
Yeah.
Whereas when you get these TV series that spring up based on X, Y, Z, and that person's all they've done is said, "Oh, we've given you our blessing," it's when it goes wrong. Look at Jurassic Park 2. The book for Jurassic Park 2 is phenomenal. The film for Jurassic Park 2 is pony.
Yeah.
And even to an extent, I love the first Jurassic Park film, but fuck me, the book is so much better.
Yeah, Dan, my brother-in-law, always tells me the book for Jurassic Park is incredible.
The book is way more a horror than what you get from the film.
Yeah. Again, adapted to work. Spielberg's obviously adapted
to make money.
Work, to make money, to be a good show. And it's a fucking brilliant film. But yeah, because I have no concept of what the book is. One day I'll get it on Audible. Just to move on. So yeah, a little bit more Stardew Valley. Tiny little bit, but I haven't really played anything other than Helldivers with you. We've already spoken about that. And what Miranda and I have been doing is we've gone on a little bit of a Mission Impossible binge. So we're currently on a 4 Rogue Nation. We just started it because we're 2 or 3 films behind. And considering Mission Impossible is one of my favourite film franchises, and same with Miranda, it's like one of our connections is Mission Impossible. We're surprised I think T came along. And, COVID.
Kids change everything.
And we stopped going to the cinema. I think I've been to the cinema only with you since we had T. He's nearly 5. So, and we used to have a card like you. We'd go every week.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we missed out on kind of one of our things that we like to do, which is, I love to go and see Mission Impossible in the cinema. So we're a bit behind of that. I think the new one's on Netflix.
I think the only Mission Impossible I ever saw at the cinema was Mission Impossible 2.
You see, I've always liked Mission Impossible 2.
John Woo. It's a very different film to all the others.
It's actually one of my least favourite ones because I was there to Mary, she's like, oh, it's my favourite one. I was like, but I've seen it so many times. I brought it on VHS. It was a gold VHS in the bargain bin at Saver Centre.
Nice.
That's when I got it. And I've seen it. I wore that VHS out because I loved it so much. But now I'm like, when we watched it the other day, I'm like, I was kind of looking at my phone a bit because I just know it.
Yeah, okay. Question for you then.
Now I'm going to get it wrong. You're going to ask me a question about it.
No. Should Limp Bizkit's song been the title song for that, or should it have been Metallica, I Disappear? It's a really difficult one, isn't it? Because obviously,
would it feel the same though if it wasn't Limp Bizkit?
Limp Bizkit sampled the Mission Impossible classic theme, so okay, fair enough. But I Disappear is a great fucking track.
Yeah.
It's got a great music video as well. I remember getting I Disappear on CD and it having the really low bitrate Apple video of it, plus Apple whatever the... I've got a Mac next to me.
Or a lossless version of it.
No, they had the music video, and they always used to give you a copy of not iMovie, QuickTime.
Oh, the QuickTime.
You used to get QuickTime on the disc as well, so you could get the latest version of QuickTime to play the Apple QuickTime video. So I remember that on the single, but I really enjoyed the Metallica version. I don't mind the Limp Bizkit song. I can't even remember what theirs was called.
Oh, I don't remember. One thing I've got to say I haven't liked, the third film and the fourth, Rogue Nation, the intros. It's a cool idea, but at the same time it's a bit spoilery. So the actual intro, as it's kind of doing the forward credits for the actors and the main producer, whatever, it does clips of the film. So you basically get a very short clip of the entire film of number 3 in the intro of 3. And they did it in number 4 as well. The entire fourth film is seen in 2-second clips in the intro. If you're watching it for the first time, those clips mean nothing to you. But when you have actually watched it before and you look at it, you think, yeah, that's literally the film that you're showing there. A little bit out of context, but it is in the right order and showing you stuff. So it's kind of like, you know, if you're worried about a particular character dying in the middle of the film and then he's right at the end of one of these little segments, it's like, well, there's no jeopardy for that character anymore because you know he's going to be, he or she will be alive at the end. So it's like...
it was Take a Look Around by Limp Bizkit. Again, great track. And I know what you're saying there. I mean, I remember watching the very first Mission Impossible and just thinking, I'm a bit bored with this. And then actually sitting and watching it the second time and giving it a bit more. Actually, I'll give a damn about it this time, and just really loving it.
It's great watching the first one again because I really like the first one. I love John Voight.
Well, the first one is purely Mission Impossible. It's exactly as you expect it to be, and I think that's where maybe I don't enjoy the Mission Impossible franchise as much because it just keeps getting more and more over the top. The first one was perfect. There was espionage in it. It wasn't James Bond. It was Mission Impossible. We had some really funky gadgets that kind of really played out nicely. That's kind of all you needed. But then it kind of started getting into 2. And again, 2 was more an action film. It was just John Woo being John Woo more than a Mission Impossible film. Then 3, we really start heading into the territory of, okay, this is becoming more science fiction than an action kind of adventure.
Well, 3 is when he's not an agent anymore. He's training the agents in number 3.
I can't remember.
Because that's when he gets married.
Is it? I thought the third one, again, I couldn't even tell you.
Because I'm pretty sure... Well,
the third one's the one that opens with the girl dying on the aircraft. He doesn't get to them in time, and whatever the thing they've stuck in her head goes off and it melts her brain.
So it opens up with the guy from Lost dying. And is that 3? Or am I getting them wrong? Because of fucking my head's mangling them all together.
I thought the third one started with they rescue some agents and there's something being stuck in her head.
Yeah,
and basically she goes cross-eyed when it goes off. I could be wrong.
I think you might be right, and I'm getting them mixed up.
But you've been watching them back. You've been binging them, so it wouldn't surprise me if it's got mixed up.
No, okay, no, number 3 is... You're right, number 3 is the one where he has the thing in his head.
Yeah, brain bomb. Blonde girl death. That's what the YouTube video is.
Am I then on... Is Rogue Nation...
See, I've not seen anything past 3.
Rogue Nation might be the one I'm thinking of then. Dun 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 dun. Which one? Okay, well, whatever one. Fucking hell, who cares? Look, anyway, I've been watching Mission Impossible. We're watching them all and getting them all confused. It's like Existenz all over again.
You listen. On this ship, you're to refer to me as idiot, not you, Captain. I mean, you know what I mean.
calling me dickhead.
Existence is paused.
Because I got to the record button before you said bumhole.
Bumhole.
Right. Spaceballs.
Oh, it's dated, isn't it?
Is it 1987?
87.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, it's dated.
Well, it's a good job Mel Brooks is Jewish.
Oh,
put it that way.
vey.
It's a really good job he's Jewish. Otherwise, it would be a bit awkward, some of it. Some of it I didn't get. I absolutely love the film, but there are some jokes in it I don't get. Like, I don't know what Schwartz is. I know it's a play on of the Force, but I don't know what it means. Can you enlighten me what it means? I didn't Google it.
Well,
I was living
Schwartz is
blissful.
used for the colour black, but within Yiddish terms, Jewish terms, I don't know, to be honest. I just always assumed it was just a Jewish sounding word that they'd used.
Well, that's what I took it as, but Yogurt kept saying it, so.
Yogurt. I mean, there are. So it's really hard because I would say on the most part, the film is fairly well paced. But there are some parts of the film where you just feel like, where have the jokes gone?
I think Mel was on mushrooms when he conceived of this thing.
Oh, yeah, there were drugs involved. I enjoy it. I love the film. It's funny as hell. I love it to bits.
I always love it. Miranda's never even heard of it, and she was working with it on the background, and I heard her going, ha! Like that every now and again when it was saying stuff.
But I mean, opening with the stupidly long spaceship is just such a brilliant way to do it. Because
what a great model, by the way, too.
Well, all the models are done brilliantly in it. They've spent so much money on it. But yeah, opening a film with basically the panning of a stupidly long spaceship where every moment you think, right, that's it, it's done. No, we're going to drag it on another 10 seconds.
And it goes on.
Does it go on?
It goes on. I feel like all of the kind of effects were better than Star Wars. Like the cock laser beams, they were really good. Not the ones where he's shooting them in the cock. They were shit. Yeah. The lightsaber battle was better than the Darth Vader.
No, it was. The lightsaber battle is awful. You can pause it and you see they've just drawn a rectangular shape over it.
No, I got to disagree with you on that. I think it was better than the Star Wars did it.
I love when it just twists up. It's like, oh, I hate it when I get my Schwartz stuck.
Yeah.
Hang on, I'll put my leg up here and I'll tug it off.
And they did a great episode 11.
Yeah, just absolutely classic. Yeah, okay, we're going to do... Now, George Lucas was a huge fan of the film.
Oh, good.
He was a huge fan of the screenplay. He was a huge fan of the film. The one thing he said, and this is which is why you won't find much until fairly recently, I think. He told them, you can parody anything of Star Wars. You can rip the piss out of Star Wars. You can do anything you want with Star Wars. You cannot merchandise the film, though.
And is that why they have all the merchandise in the film?
That's why Yogurt has the whole piece. The only person that can merchandise the film is Yogurt.
That was really funny because after that point, you see the merchandise everywhere.
Yeah.
The entire thing is just full of it, which is hilarious.
I love it. It's like the shaving foam scene, and it's Spaceballs, the shaving foam.
Yeah, basically it's every single item, but just says Spaceballs before it. Yeah, all of those little things. I'm just going to quickly go, a few standout moments for me. Mr. Coffee and Mr. Radar. That really hit me so perfectly. I don't know what it was about that. I found that utterly hilarious.
I always have my coffee before I look at the radar, don't I? Yes, Dark Helmet.
And the fact that the radar machine was Mr. Radar next to the Mr. Coffee machine. I don't, because even Miranda was laughing at that.
But the problem is, not the problem, but the point is that's the same humour that we got in Police Academy. We got in Hot Shots particularly.
Yeah.
I mean, Hot Shots, just full stop, you got all of that in there, didn't you? So
I feel like they do it better than this. This feels like a mismatch of all of them.
Well, it's difficult, isn't it? Because if you look at the Mel Brooks films, Young Frankenstein, Blazing Saddles. I mean,
well, that's great.
Let's face it, Blazing Saddles is one of these ones that probably should be cancelled, but God, don't, because it's so fucking brilliant. This, out of all the Mel Brooks films that I can think of, is probably the lowest point.
Mm-hmm.
It's still a brilliant film,
Mm-hmm.
but when you consider how funny Mel Brooks can be and what he can create,
Yeah.
it's on the lower spectrum of them.
Yeah.
But things, as you say, like Mr. Coffee and Mr. A, that's just beautiful. That simple looking at the screen and then the gentle pan out and it's Mr. Coffee, and then in the same shot, then this gentle pan right and there's Mr. Radar. It's like, oh, that's just wonderful.
Yeah.
Just the thought process in there, breaking the fourth wall when they're like, I know what we can do. We'll watch Spaceballs the movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
when is this happening? Then? Now? When?
Yeah. We do it a few times, don't they? So they do that, then they do a quick zoom in and headbutt the helmet. And then also they zap the sound man, don't they, when they're doing the lightsaber fight?
Yeah.
And my other standout moment was John Hurt having the alien come out and dance on the bar right near the end.
Not again.
Yeah, that was really good because I completely forgot about that, and then to see that scene again, I thought it was brilliant. Anyway, yeah.
So interestingly, so many people mistake that alien model as something that was used in Red Dwarf for some reason, and I've got no idea why.
That's right. It's probably because of polymorph running around.
I can only assume that's it, but yeah, it's so often mixed
I wonder
up
if
with
there's
Red
something
Dwarf.
else Red Dwarf that we're both not remembering. But yeah, but it's very Red Dwarf. You know, that's something exactly Red Dwarf would do. But
yeah,
no, it's not.
Right. So, ludicrous speed.
Ludicrous speed. Yeah, love that.
Absolutely. We've gone to plaid.
Pizza the Hut. That guy was disgusting.
Oh, such a gross costume.
Yeah, right.
With the dripping and the oozing of
and the
stuff
bits of
off
pepperoni falling off, and the guy was eating it.
Well, yeah, and
horrible.
I love the news bit at the end. Pizza the Hut has been found dead in his limousine. He's eaten himself to death.
Yeah, it's so revolting. It was such a good costume because I really felt sick watching it.
Yeah, the combing the desert. Always a classic part. I mean, you see that clip non-stop everywhere. But the prop for that as well is just so beautifully done.
And the racial joke, the afro comb that the back dudes are using.
Again, the punchline of it, we ain't found shit.
Jamming the radar.
Oh, jamming the radar. Now, if you notice, Lone Star uses strawberry jam. What does then Dark Helmet say?
It's raspberry.
It's raspberry.
Yeah, with the guy who makes all the funny noises, that actor.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. And about the if you look at the trivia section of things like IMDb, the Mel Brooks said he saved us thousands of dollars by doing all the sound effects for us. Michael Winslow.
Oh yeah, that's it. And the when Mel himself, because he's playing the main bad guy, isn't he?
Yeah.
It really kept close to my heart when he's complaining about the beaming. I was like, oh, me and Mel must be coming from the same place here about not trusting the beaming.
I love the Perrier that he has to start with. And it's like, beaming, but I'm not sure. But I love the depth of ripping the piss out of Star Trek.
Yeah.
I'm sure it must be an interlock problem. Interlock 1, 2, 3, 4.
Snotty beamed me twice last night.
Yes. But it beautifully, a beautiful just piss take, because it wasn't just we're using the whole beaming thing. They did the techno babble.
Yeah.
And it's just, that's what you need. Just doing a transporter thing, that could have been anything sci-fi. But the techno babble on top, done exactly as it was in like the original series, is perfect.
And what I like is they're using it like what my main complaint from Discovery was, is that he beamed over and then he was fucked up, his head was on backwards, beamed back, and then he just walked through the fucking door. He was next to the door.
It's just like it wasn't even needed. It's just that joke. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's a really fun joke, that, because as I complained about Discovery, whereas everyone will be fat because everyone's beaming everywhere. It's ridiculous. Oh yeah, what else we've got?
Calling Dot Matrix the C-3PO character.
Yeah,
just again, it's just but the costume there. So apparently that costume, they built 3 of them and went through all of them in filming. They all got destroyed through either accidents or just being worn too much on set. So they built 3 of those. Did
you notice that none of them ever wore helmets when they were in the void of space? They literally had a ladder going between Lone Star's ship and the Mercedes. It was a ladder, and they're just climbing down the ladder in the fucking vastness of space. And the same when they go to the caf at the end, the diner, they're just parked in like an asteroid or something, just walking from their ship to it.
Right, okay. So, I've just asked ChatGPT, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
The Schwartz, a parody of the Force.
Yeah.
So, in Star Wars, the Force, blah, blah. We know that much.
Mm-hmm.
So, Schwartz is a common Jewish surname, and also the Yiddish German word for black. Mel Brooks, who is Jewish, no. Often laced his films with Jewish humour and Yiddish wordplay, using Schwartz as a spoof of something as spiritual and epic as The Force was classic Mel Brooks move, blah, blah, blah. It just basically, it's just a word. It is nothing to do with, there's no specialness to it. It is just the word black or as common surname within the Jewish community. Yeah, I mean, you could say what this is trying to say here is that you could consider it a double entendre. May the Schwartz be with you sounds suspiciously like a euphemism even, especially when characters pull out glowing rings or compare who Schwartz is bigger.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of understand that, but no, it's just typical wordplay, I think, for it.
Yeah. I like Dot Matrix's Virgin Alarm. That was good.
But I think one character we've not even, two. So you've got Bill Pullman, legendary actor, went on to play the United States President in Independence Day.
He did, yep.
I did wonder if there was any tie to that, because when they go down and crash on the planet, he puts out an SOS going Eagle 5 down. I thought, what was his number in Independence? He was Eagle 1 in Independence Day. I was thinking that would have been so good if in Independence Day they'd give him the call sign Eagle 5 as a tie back to that.
Yeah, that would have been fun.
But no, they didn't, sadly. But John Candy.
Yeah, John Candy, yeah.
I mean, the legendary John Candy, God rest his soul, is just underutilized, if anything. His character's brilliant in it. I mean, you've got Barth. What's it short for? What's your full name? Bartholomew.
He's a bit of a naughty boy too, because he uses his tail to like shove out that woman's skirt and stuff. He's a bit.
I can't help it. It does it on
its
its
own. Yeah, no, it doesn't. Dirty boy.
I just do think he was underutilized in the film for the man and his comedy status. I mean, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, Uncle Buck. I mean, you consider how underutilized he is in the Home Alone, to be fair, where he's just playing a bloody musician.
Yeah.
They could have done so much more with him. He's just a legendary actor in my books. I mean, things like Cool Runnings. Just you couldn't expect a better character to be played by a person like John Candy, and it's just like this character doesn't get as much as I would have liked him to.
Yeah, yeah. Did you notice when they were doing the merchandise, they had the Spaceballs comic? Did you notice what it was?
No, I didn't.
It was just Transformers. It had Optimus Prime on the front of
it. Which, of course, takes us to the Transformers piss take. With Spaceballs 1 turning into a giant Transformer.
Yeah, it was like
Voltron, Transformer, Statue of Liberty, whatever.
Yeah. And
sucking all of the 10,000 years of air. I love how when they put it on blow, all the trees just get blown back into place.
Oh, is it? I'm just kind of got so many notes of just naming parts in the film, because I just said there's so many little bits. The code 1 2 3 4 5, and they're like, oh, that'd be the code for some idiot's suitcase. And then Mel comes in, and he's like, oh, that's the same code as my suitcase.
It's just how everyone is. Well, like 1 1 1 2 2 2.
Yeah, they get taught how to do the Vulcan neck pinch properly on the person who's doing the neck pinch too. I'm just going down. I loved all the cock zaps. They were funny.
I mean, moving away from the kind of, but as I am very fond of the film. I remember watching it when I was younger. Don't realise how much swearing is in it until recently watching it again. It's a Mel Brooks film. It's kind of expected, I guess. Yeah. I think it does feel a bit more dated than a lot of his. Maybe not Blazing Saddles so much, but Young Frankenstein, for example, this feels very dated in comparison to that. And I would say comparing it to other spoof films of the time and even newer ones. So let's say Hot Shots 1, Hot Shots 2, come a bit more modern, scary movie, Not Another Teen Movie. And I'm not saying Not Another Teen Movie is a good film. It's got its moments. I'm not saying Scary Movie is a good film, but it's a good film. I like it. So I don't care what anyone says to that one. It does feel very much like the pacing is off. Spaceballs wants to be a spoof movie. It is a spoof movie, but there are just parts of it that do just fall flat.
What's the equivalent of this now?
I don't think we've got anything really now. I mean, the closest we've got would be Red Dwarf with the same era. So if we were going to just go kind of with a spoof sci-fi TV series, it would be Hyperdrive, which was God knows how many years ago with Nick Frost.
But any of those films, like Naked Gun, and that kind of film, other than the one that's their remake, that they're doing.
Again,
what's the equivalent now?
Ted? Would that be an equivalent?
Because I was thinking it's like, I don't know, because The Office is just kind of like the American Office is just a sitcom, basically.
Yeah.
But, I can't think. So someone's going to message and say, I can't think of an equivalent to it now. That just complete ridiculousness of all of those shows.
No, and you're right, there isn't.
Is it like Family Guy? Do you know what I mean? How
Yeah, I think the closest we've got to it is animated. It's going to be South Park. It's going to be Family Guy. Those shows of that ilk, we haven't got anything.
American Dad.
Yeah, not so much, I guess. But yeah, you're right, we do. But I wouldn't say there's much, or anyone's brave enough, I should say, because let's face it, not many people are going to be willing to.
I bet they are. It's just the places
no one's willing to do it. Yeah,
I bet there's loads of
if
people. If
someone actually said we'd do it, I bet you could easily find someone to broadcast it. It's just I think people will think that they won't get. Film-wise, the closest I can think of, and it's just bugging me, so I've been looking at it, was a film called The Other Guys.
Mm-hmm.
And that was Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell. Will Ferrell plays a fairly kind of, he's just an office jockey kind of police officer. Wahlberg wants to be back on the street and in all the action, but he's got PTSD.
Yeah.
And they end up having to try and solve a crime. Have you ever seen it?
No, I've heard of it. I wanted to watch it, but I think maybe all of Will Ferrell's films are kind of like that,
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I'll show you the clip from The Other Guys. That it's the funniest part of the movie, which is sad because there's lots and lots of brilliant bits. There's the police commissioner who they keep on upsetting throughout all of it is singing Waterfalls by TLC. And every time he's been injured or they talk to him, he gives them a line of the lyric from Waterfall. And Will Ferrell's like, that's just TLC. He's like, I don't know what you're talking about, man. And then at the end of it, he's literally quoting it verbatim. And it's just one of those little ongoing jokes. And that's what makes me think of this. But I don't think we've had anything recently, except the Naked Gun remake, that you could say is similar. I would say the era of those Not Another Teen movies, so Not Another Superhero Movie, all of those, and they were bad. Again, teen movie is actually quite funny, but everything after that came, it just kept on getting worse and worse, and this is like, no, this is just stupid. And it's like Scary Movie 1, 2. Actually, you know what? I quite like all of those. I don't know if I can say anything about Scary Movie. I like the one with Charlie Sheen where they're ripping the piss out of signs.
I guess is it Superhero Movies, another one?
Superhero Movie, yeah, there you go. That's another one. And they just took it too far, and I think it became that's what it became. People thought spoof of spoof movies, not of Police Academy, of Hot Shots, of Spaceballs. What they thought of was, superhero movie. And people just went off them.
Yeah, I actually think Scary Movie is probably the closest ones, really.
Yeah.
I like it. It's coming to, thinking about it the most. So, final thoughts on it. What do you reckon?
It's brilliant, fun, spoof sci-fi. You can't get away from a giant spaceship that turns into a giant mechanized maid with a vacuum cleaner, a flying Winnebago, a cameo from the Millennium Falcon is in the film as well. I take it you spotted that.
I don't think I did.
Oh dear.
I don't think I did.
On your
spot
phone, go to Google Images.
Okay.
And look up Spaceballs Space Diner. So the final scene that you saw, the Millennium Falcon is parked up next to the Space Diner. Just before we see John Hurt, it's sat there on the parking space.
There he is. How funny. Yeah. And what else was I... Oh, I've just lost it from my mind talking about this.
He's lost his mind, ladies and gentlemen. Heard it here first.
My mind. It was going to be another kind of film that is like these films that's instantly gone from my brain. Well, I'm going to pause it in a minute and it will come to my brain. But yeah, it's the same. I really enjoyed it.
It's a good, fun film. Don't expect too much of it. If you're one of these die-hard, it's got to be a sensible film. But if you're happy watching something that is just fun and spoof, it's up there with those films. That type of film, this is kind of the DNA of it.
Yeah.
So a little addendum there. You're quite right with what you've just said. What 3 films were you thinking about that went out of your mind?
Austin Powers.
Austin Powers. They are, again, early 2000s, which is similar to kind of the scary movies era that we all kind of know. I mean, I'm guessing actually Austin Powers is probably older than we think it is. I bet you that was, I'm going to say 98.
Yeah, probably is, yeah.
Yeah, so it's probably, it may even be older than I think then. Let's have a look here. Austin Powers, Goldmember was 2002. Spy Who Shagged Me was 99. Yeah, Man of Mystery, 97.
Yeah.
So a lot older than I remember it being. But yeah, that was the era of those films when they were still good. Then we got Scary Movie. And again, how old is Scary Movie now? Dare I ask?
Oh, yeah.
Let me have a very quick... 2000.
Ah.
There were 6 Scary Movies.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
Oh, fuck that. No, I only ever saw Scary Movie 3. I don't think I've seen any of the others. And
I think I only saw the 3.
Oh, I might dig some of them out, but they sound awful. Oh, Scary Movie 6 is 2026.
Oh.
So they're filming it at the moment.
The Wayans brothers?
Yeah.
Okay, at least they're both still in it.
Well, Marlon Wayans in there anyway.
Found anything yet? Nothing yet, sir. How about you? Not a thing, sir. What about you guys? We ain't found shit.
Right, next episode.
We
were just having a discussion because I hadn't prepared. It has been decided we're going to watch Men in Black International,
which was released in 2019. It stars one of the Hemsworths. I think it's Chris Hemsworth. And I was thoroughly disappointed by it.
I don't know if I've seen it.
I doubt you have. I remember it's nearly 2 hours long.
Oof.
Yeah, as a fun sci-fi film, and I don't know how long the first one was.
That's nearly as long as the episodes that we do.
Well, there you go. So that means that episode's going to be 10 hours long.
Not if either of us like it.
Men in Black 1997. Jeez, I remember seeing that at the Odeon.
I adored Men in Black.
I still do.
It's a tough one now because Men in Black I really liked, and I'm Legend I really liked. Will Smith I don't like. Not anymore.
1 hour 38 for the first one.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen Men in Black 2.
I enjoyed Men in Black 2.
Which that then came in at 1 hour 28.
Mm-hmm.
Men in Black 3 I really enjoyed. I thought it was quite a clever idea. It was quite nice. It was nicely done. 1 hour 46, so heading towards the too long section.
Yeah.
But then, you've got Men in Black International, which runs at 1 hour 54 minutes.
Oh, this is going to be tough.
Yeah.
Especially if I think it's shit. I'm not going to want to watch the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean...
Well, I'm going to go into it not thinking it's shit, just because you don't like it. I'm going to go into it thinking
don't get me
hopefully
wrong.
It's good.
It's got some good castings. So you got Chris Hemsworth, you got Tessa Thompson are our main 2 characters.
Mm-hmm.
You got Kumail Nanjiani, which is the bloke that played the fire person in the latest Ghostbusters. Oh, he's done loads. In fact, if I load up his profile very quickly. He's been in all sorts. Big Sick, Life as We Know It, Stuber, The Length. Oh, he's been just in tons. Absolutely tons.
I thought she was in Ragnarok. She's Valkyrie.
You've got Rebecca Ferguson, Emma Thompson, Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson's in it.
Yeah, he plays Agent High T. So, I mean, there's a lot of people in it. But I just remember being very disappointed by it. So I will look forward to watching it. I may have walked into the cinema with too high an expectation of it. So rewatching it may give me a different lease and a different view to it.
So would this have been the first time that these two worked together? Because she's obviously in Thor with him. So would this have been the first time they worked together, do we think?
No. Let me have a... Hang on. So yes, of course, yes, you're right. She's
Valkyrie in Thor.
She is Valkyrie in Thor. So Thor Ragnarok was 2017, so that's 2 years before this. So they worked together in Thor before they worked together on this.
Then they were in this together.
Oh, that's interesting. She's in Asgard's Wrath 2, the game.
Yeah, I did just see that, yeah. That makes me feel sick, that game.
Yeah, it makes me feel very, very, very ill. But anyway... Men
in Black International.
I think it's a good choice of a film.
Yeah, wicked.
No! Yes! No! No! Yes! No! Yes! Oh! Your helmet is so big.
Lord Helmet, what? You need it on the bridge, sir.
Knock on my door! Knock next time!
Yes, sir.
Did you see anything?
No, sir. I didn't see you playing with your dolls again.
Good!
That's it. Thank you, everybody, for listening to the Untitled Sci-Fi Show this time around. Where can you find us? You can find us absolutely bloody everywhere. Just go to channel84.co.uk, go to the social section, you'll find us. We have Blue Sky, we have X. You can email us on podcasts, plural, at channel84.co.uk. I nearly said my work email address. I don't know why that instantly came to my head. You can email me directly, rob at channel84.co.uk. You can email Tom directly at tj@channel84.co.uk. We are part of a group of indie podcasts called the Studio Channel 84. They are Simon and Ross from Who Takes Socks Off and Karen and Adam.
It's really funny. We both try so hard to remember names that we speak to every day, and we don't have a problem remembering their names. But as soon as it comes to talking on this, they're gone.
No, it's because I always say lightly used first. So in my brain, I've just got that memory of just doing them first, and I'm trying to not do. I'm trying to make it fair by saying swapping it a bit. So, but it's fucking with my head.
So. Exciting news, you can't use them yet, so you've said the right email addresses.
Right.
But soon, we will also have at untitledscifishow.co.uk and at thevarieityshow.co.uk, because I bought the domains, I just need to tie them into our email.
At what?
We have the Untitled Sci-Fi Show as
the domain
.co.uk.
Oh, wicked.
And thevarieityshow.co.uk.
Oh, cool.
So I will tie those into our email addresses. So hopefully the next time you say it, you'll be able to say rob at theuntitledscifishow.co.uk and TJ at thevarieityshow.co.uk.
Oh, cool. Wicked. That's everything. We have a Ko-Fi. If anyone can find it, it's there somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere in
It'll be Channel 84 is probably what the Ko-Fi is.
I can't honestly remember, but that's all on our social media platform anyway.
It's all there. It's all there. Once again, well done to James. As I said, follow him on Blue Sky if you like his ZX Spectrum stuff. And you'll hear from us next week on The Variety Show.
You will.
And then we'll be back on the Untitled Sci-Fi Show in a fortnight.
Yes.
Talking about Men in Black. Love you.
Love you too. Anal.
Fuck you.
Thank you for listening to the Untitled Sci-Fi Show. This station is now shutting down and will be back in 2 weeks. May the Force live long and prosper inside of you. This was a Studio Channel 84 network show. To find more, head over to channel84.co.uk now.